Tinubu si na onwere ife gbasara ya n'ụlọ ikpe na ya ewepụghị aka ya ebe awa. Ọkwa ịma na next tomorrow bụ 20th November ka Nnamdi Kanu na-aga ụlọ ikpe. Bịanụ ka unu fụ nke na-emenụ. Mana mma rapụ gị ka ị gaa n'iru wee gere ya n'ọnụ onye ọkaikpe bụ barrister Maxwell Ọkpara ka o si wee kọwaa ya bụ ife. N'aka na-achị Naijiria bụ His Excellency Ahmed Tinubu na onwere ife ọbụla bụ ife gbasara ya n'ụlọ ikpe na aka ya adịghị ebe ahụ. Dịka anyị nche niile ma nọ next tomorrow bụ Thursday ka Nnamdi Kanu na-aga ụlọ ikpe. Mana bifo anyị ekwenetini ka a ga-ekene n'iru wee gere ife onye ọkaikpe bụ barrister Maxwell Ọkpara ife ọ gara n'iru wee kọwapụta ebe Nnamdi Kanu nọ. Ọ bụrụ abaka.
I want to commend the president for coming out to tell the entire world that he has no hands in what is going on in the judiciary. That is to say, he has told the entire world that any judicial officer that committed anything should go in for it. Nobody should call the president. What do I mean? The president has exonerated himself before the world. The ball now stop at the table of the judicial officers. Because I will continue to say this thing. There's one Justice one Justice Ebo, that allowed himself to be messed up during the time of Obasanjo. Now, Obasanjo has left after 8 years. Now, some judges also messed themselves up during the time of Buhari. Buhari has now left. The dent is with those judges. So the point we are trying to make is that a judge, if there is a case before you, and you look at the law, you give judgment. Don't look at the president. Because if you are looking at the body language of the president and you commit judicial impunity, you will be the person to bear it. Thank God that Mr. President have told you, anything that you know that is right, do it. Don't look at my body language. Whether it is sincere, whether it's not sincere, but the world is now before the entire world that the president of Nigeria has said that he has distanced himself from judiciary. That judiciary should be independent. Once there is any case against the government and you know that the government erred, give judgment against the government. If there is any case against Mr. President, give the judgment against Mr. President, because Mr. President has exonerated himself on the 17th day of November 2025. He told the entire world before the judiciary, do what is right. Don't look at my body language. Whether the case involves Mazi, whether the case involves anybody, give judgment in line with the law, not looking at the body language of the president. That is what I make out of that particular speech.
Now, but shouldn't we also be concerned about transparency in judicial appointments and promotion, seeing as this sometimes could be politicized in Nigeria? How do we curb that?
Yes, that is we have been shouting on it, because the problem we're having in judiciary now is through the selection process. I want you to, you are an investigative journalist, go and check the appointment of judges you have for the past 10 years. You cannot see a daughter or a son of a one type there, no matter how qualified that person may be. The people that will see their names, the daughters and the sons of judges, politicians, and the people that matters in the society. So the selection process matters, because you can't be talking about judicial integrity. You are not talking about looking at the selection process. I think Professor Chiro Odenkalo and some other persons, Joe Salas and some other persons, kicked against that the other day. We are not saying that if somebody is qualified simply because the person is the daughter of a judge that will not appoint him. That's not what you're saying. We are saying that let the persons whom you appointed as judges, let them come and face Nigerians. There's nothing secret about it. We should know their competence, because as I'm talking to you, there are some judgment that we will see coming from some judges, especially all these young ones. You ask yourself, what is happening? Where the law will tell you that 1 + 1 is 2. A judge will now give a judgment, tell you that 1 + 1 is 3. So you now discover that either the judge don't understand the law, or the judge must have collected the gratification somewhere, or because of his interest. So the selection process matters. I think the NBA is doing something about it. If you appoint some people as judges, they should come and address, if not any other person, they should come and address the members of the bar and the members of the press, so that people will put questions across to them. So that one also matters. And also what the CJN said on her own. The CJN said that people should stop criticizing judgment of courts. Mr. CJN, it doesn't work like that. When somebody who is not a lawyer engage you as a lawyer, and the person know that 1 + 1 is 2 in law, and the judgment came out and asked, and the judge delivered that 1 + 1 is no longer 2, is 3. The person will ask a question, he will criticize the judgment. Where the law said that in this particular matter, the only court that has jurisdiction, let me just use the issue of chieftaincy. The only court that has jurisdiction is the state high court. And the federal high court will not take up assume jurisdiction in adjudicating a matter that has to do with the chieftaincy affairs. And when people criticize that judgment, instead of people to look at the reason why that judge assumed jurisdiction, in a case that you don't have a jurisdiction, the judge will be elevated to a higher court. And you said that people should not criticize. You cannot beat a child and ask a child not to cry. If people must criticize, or Of course, people must have their opinion. The judgment is already there. Because when we are talking about criticism, something, if you watch previously, there are some judgments, when you read the judgment, even if the judgment is against you, you discover that you don't even have a grounds of appeal. That's when judgment is obvious. This judge will give motion expert in the morning. The other judge in the other same subject matter will give another injunction. The other one will give another injunction. Injunction flying here and there. Others creating problem. And they said that people should not criticize. People should talk. People should criticize. People should raise alarm. Because this country belongs to all of us.
Onwe ndị dị ụrụ ana wee karịa ndị ọchịchị. Akwefu ndị ọchịchị. Enwere ndị dị ụrụ ana wee karịa afa. Ịgwaghị nke bụ eziokwu. Ịma na oge erubego oge Nnamdi Kanu ga-aga n'ikpe. Dịka anyị mara na ọ ga-aga n'ikpe. Final judgment ya bụ next tomorrow bụ Thursday 28 November na final ya bụ 2025. According to video na nwa bụ nke I watch, na aka na-achị Nigeria bụ His Excellency Ahmed Tinubu na ọ sị na ife ọbụla bụ ife gbasara ụlọikpe na aka ya adịghị na ya na ọ dịrị na ndị ọkaikpe. Ife anụnwa ka Governor of Anambra State bụ His Excellency Governor Chukwuma Soludo kwukwara the same thing oge ọ gara ọba ime campaign. Ndị ọba wee na-ekwu okwu ịtọrapụ akwa ọkụkọ. Ọ gakwa n'iru wee sịfa na ọ dịghị ya n'aka n'ọnụ ụlọ ikpe ka ọ dị. Akwefu ndị ọchịchị I don't know sha, mana gaa n'iru tinyere anyị ebumnobi gị kedu ife i chere maka ife maka na ụfọdụ gara n'iru wee na-asị nọọ ife gbasara maka Nnamdi Kanu mere nwoke a ji wee si na ife gbasara ụlọ ikpe na ọ bụghị ya ka ọ dị n'aka. Ime emere ala ha nche niile amịrị onwe ha. Emere na ha mere first citizen of the country na-agwazi gị na ụlọ ikpe na ọ dịghị ya n'aka. Mana o ruo mgbe a ga-echenji ndị ọkaikpe o wee dị ya n'aka. Ụfọdụ gara n'iru wee na-asị na because of ife gbasara Nnamdi Kanu mere o ji wee kwuo okwu a. Ụfọdụ sịkwa gịnị na ọ bụ na-echeki ya ọfụma na ọ gbasa afa pọtụmụ ekwetara. Ị mara agwa m na onye nwere ike ichenji jọji ga-agwazi gị na ụlọ ikpe agbasara ya na ọ dịrị ya n'aka. Ndị bụ ya nwekwara ka ya bụ ife si wee dị. O nwekwara ka ya bụ ife si wee dị. Mana kedu ebumnobi gị na vidio dịka mana gị si wee kirie ya. Gaa n'iru tụsara anyị onye afọ taa ka afọ echi. Ụmụ Igbo na-esoro anyị igwe bụ nke anyị ji eme onyonyo. Ka emesịa.